I'm going to go over with you solving it graphically, but using the calculator to do that. And then we'll jump in. I'll pause the video. We'll go over homework questions, and then we'll come back to algebraically, okay? So if you watch the video, it's going to have a snippet of how to do it on the calculator, and then we'll come back and do algebraically in the same video. All right, somebody give me those two equations that we did for warm-ups. 4, oh no, not today, pen, not today. 36, and what was the second equation?
10y minus 5x
Equals 0?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay, so before I put them in the calculator, they have to be solved for y. Okay, so that's one thing that you are going to have to do. All right, so for the first equation, I'm going to move the 2x and then divide everything by what? By 4. So I have 4y equals negative 2x plus 36. Divide everybody by 4. Not good, guys. Yes. What is wrong with it? It's jumping all over the place. All right. All right. Now on your calculator. Let me clear all this out and let me get to my home screen. This is what you should see when you turn your calculator on. Okay, hit the button that says y equals. Let's go. You got a nicer calculator than me. All right, I am going to do negative 1/2. Remember, fractions always go in parentheses. Negative 1 divided by 2. To do x, you want to do the little button beside alpha here. That represents any variable that you have depending on the mode that your calculator set in. We're just in a normal mode here, so we got an x, okay, plus 9. That should give me a line with a y-intercept of 9 and a slope of negative 1/2, which is what Luke graphed for us in our warm-ups, right? Start at 9 and then go down 1 over 2. You got it? Okay, good. Yep, sorry. This negative and this is a minus. Those are different, okay? If you put minus 1/2 x, it's going to give you a syntax error. So make sure if you're doing a negative, you use the negative down there.
Oh, I didn't use that.
Negative is under the number 3. Mm-hmm.
I was using the minus.
Yeah, and it'll give you a syntax error.
Oh, this should work now.
All right. Let's do the second equation. We're going to do them together on the same graph because remember, I'm looking for the what? Intersection, right? I want to know where they cross. All right, so for this one, whenever I get y by itself, I have 10y equals 5x. Luke, I see why you thought initially they may be perpendicular, but close. All right, so I got 1/2 x. So as I go back into y equals, hit enter to go down to y2. Guys, if you talk over me, it makes it really hard for those who need to hear. All right, 1 divided by 2, x. Everybody okay on that? Mm-hmm. All right. Your calculator may or may not be set to the right window. Just to make sure, if you hit the button that says zoom and then hit the number 6, it will take us to a standard window. Standard means 10 to 10.
All right, zoom and what?
6.
6. Nothing graph. Oh, no, there it is. We got blue line.
You have to go over that and bring the blue.
Now, as you calculate this point of intersection, here's where you have to be specific, okay? You could hit that button that says trace and trace over the line and start scrolling, but it's not going to give you an exact point. Everything that we do in here where we're looking for a specific point, we are going to let the calculator actually calculate it for us. So if you hit the button that says second, and notice above this button that says trace is C-A-L-C. Okay, Fatima, are you with us or you got a phone out? Can you put that away, please? Thank you. I'm going to do second and trace so that I pull up the calculate feature, okay? When I hit that, oops, it had already timed out on me. Look at my options here. I can calculate a value, a zero, a minimum, a maximum. We're going to use all of these before the end of the semester.
This is great.
What do you think I might use for this one? Intersect. I want to know where the two lines cross. So if you choose option number 5, do you see my little spider that is blinking on the line? I can scroll left and right and let you see him a little. You see it?
Oh, why was mine already on there? Cause like, mine's already like that. Right when I grabbed it.
It was tracing. If you hit left or right any, it's just tracing. And it uses a spider to trace.
And
All right.
yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. It's asking me first curve. Think first equation, first line, first what picture that you want it to look. I want the intersection of 2. It's going to ask me first, and then it's going to ask me second. Is that the first line? Yes. So hit enter. And then it says second line, second curve, second graph. Is this the other one? Yes. What you're basically doing is you're telling it the 2 graphs that you want it to find the intersection of. So hit enter again, and then it says, do you want me to guess? Basically it's saying, do you want me to calculate where these 2 things cross? Yes, I absolutely do. Hit enter, and there is my point of intersection.
This is great. This is great.
A breakthrough?
I did on paper too.
So several of you said 9, 4.5. You were correct.
Wait, so you say yes, press enter?
Yes.
There's no doubt in my mind, all the way
Yeah.
Okay, so I intentionally, the reason I didn't show you this yesterday was if I'd showed you this yesterday, you wouldn't have been graphing lines, you'd have just been on here, and I really wanted you to grasp the concept of the lines. It's the point that they share, it makes both of them true. So that's why we do it by hand to start with, but now that you have your calculator, it makes life a lot easier, right? I hope.
I figured out this. I can play games with him. I don't know how.
You're right up.
I figured it out. Just calling her.
Good.